Hello, hello! My proofs arrived! I have been waiting days and weeks to film this video because I thought it would be fun to do a sort of unboxing video of my proofs of my new book, The Flip Side of Love. So basically I have two proofs here. One is from Amazon and one is from Barnes & Noble Press. And because it's a proof, it's the first proof I'm getting of this book ever. There may be some printing issues with the cover or interior or anything. So these may not look perfect right now, and that's just because they're the first proofs that I'm getting. And that's what proofs are for. They're to go over and check and make sure they're perfect for publication. Even though I do expect them to be perfect because I worked really hard, especially with Barnes & Noble Press. If y'all saw that video of mine talking about Barnes & Noble Press, you know that a lot of work went into getting this book there, and The Flip Side of Sad, for that matter. But without further ado, let's unbox these. So the first one I'm going to unbag, rather, is from Amazon. These are also both going to look slightly different because mainly the covers, possibly the interiors, because Barnes & Noble Press is just set up a bit differently than Amazon KDP. So I'll show you. They will look slightly different, but they're generally going to look exactly the same. Okay, let's see. Let's see which way it goes. Oh, okay, ready? Oh my gosh, look it! And of course, because this is an Amazon proof, it is going to have this little not for resale watermark type thing on it. That's what all the Amazon proofs have on them, and that's fine. But oh my gosh, look at that color. That's exactly, oh my gosh, this is, it's basically perfect on the outside so far anyway. Oh my gosh, that color purple, that gradient, exactly what I wanted. You can see the stars and the hearts, the London city. The colors are basically perfect. The binding on this is slightly off. See how it's just not quite centered? I can see if I can most likely fix that before the book is published. So that's one like minor error that you would find with a proof. Oh, and look at the back. This back cover is perfect. Oh my gosh. Okay, so far, Amazon paperback proof, we're looking really good. So now let's check the inside. Oh boy. Okay, so spoilers a little bit for the book. It starts out like that, which looks perfect. The little disclaimer-y stuff. Because a love like magic is a love that lasts. That's something that will have much more meaning once you read the book. Okay, and then the first chapter. I don't want to show you too much. Let's see. Alright, so now so the paperbacks of my books have illustrations unlike the ebooks. So for example, I'll just show you one really quick. That's an illustration. Don't want to spoil anything, but so basically I just have to look through it and make sure, you know, every like sentence and paragraph is lined up correctly. There's no, you know, errors and all, especially the illustrations, because there have been some issues with them in the past, so I do need to make sure those are good. So I'm going to just look through this super quick, and you're going to watch me in fast forward. This one illustration, I don't want to give it away, but it's on page 31 of the paperback for Amazon. I think the page number should be the same, but I'll double check when I open the Barnes & Noble proof. But this one illustration just kills me. I love it. It's basically perfect, honestly, which did not happen with The Flip Side of Sad, so I'm getting better at self-publishing, I think. I did find only one possible minor printing issue in here, just basically just the way a certain sentence ended up being aligned. It's hard to explain without like spoiling the book, but it's also not a huge deal if it can't be fixed. It doesn't look bad. It's just me being a perfectionist, basically. But yeah, other than that and the binding being slightly off center, this proof is essentially perfect. And no dead bugs this time. There is a squashed dead bug right smack in the middle of the page. See it? See it? Not really what you want to open your book and find. Okay, we're on to the Barnes & Noble big package for just one tiny book. Alright, here we go. I got some bubble wrap. We have my receipt. Okay, here's the book. I'm already seeing a slight printing issue with this one. Oh no. Okay, let's see here. Cover is basically perfect. Yeah, you know what I've noticed? I noticed this with the Flip Side of Sad when I published the Flip Side of Sad on Barnes & Noble. The colors are different on Barnes & Noble compared to Amazon. So for example, this is the Amazon one. And so basically the title, a novelette, my name, they're supposed to be like a light pink, kind of like the shirt I'm wearing, very like light pink. But this one is a lot paler compared to the Barnes & Noble version. That is more the pink that I was going for. So the coloring with Barnes & Noble, I'm liking even better. Although it does look like less of a gradient with the Barnes & Noble. Because I always go for like a gradient because it's supposed to be like outside, the sky, ocean, whatever. And you can see more of a purple gradient in the Amazon version compared to the Barnes & Noble version. Yeah. But the pink letters on the Barnes & Noble version, they're the right pink compared to the Amazon version. Let's see. Binding is pretty much okay. I had some issues with the binding with Barnes & Noble. It did have to be a different font, and I talked about that in my Amazon versus Barnes & Noble press video. But binding looks okay. It's the back cover. I'm not sure why. It doesn't look bad. I think this back cover, see how the like back cover blurb is more like a smaller font and it fits like really perfectly on the back. This one, for some reason, kind of enlarged it. So it's not quite as like centered in the middle of the cover like Amazon. I mean, it's enlarged, you can read it better, and it's the right pink color, but it's not as like, it's not as pleasing to the eye as the Amazon back cover. I don't hate it, like, if this is what it has to be, because there are a lot of like, there's some issues honestly with Barnes & Noble Press. I love the fact that I can put my book on Barnes & Noble, but there's just, I had issues using Barnes & Noble Press, and it was very difficult. So a part of me is like, if this is as good as it's gonna get, we'll just go with it. It doesn't look bad. I can't say it looks bad. Let's look at the inside. Okay, inside, looking good. Looking good. First chapter. Alright, so this one, I know I mentioned the illustrations. The illustrations in Barnes & Noble is another thing. They have to be placed slightly different. They'll always be basically on the same page or around the same area they're supposed to be. They just have to be placed differently. And that's just the way Barnes & Noble Press works, and I honestly don't know why, but there's no issue with it. It's just that basically you're gonna get a very slightly different book. It's always gonna be the same story, same words. You're gonna get a slightly different looking book depending on whether you buy from Amazon or Barnes & Noble. And I'm not gonna tell you which I think you should buy, but I just think this coloring is a little better than Amazon. I just think the pink is more what I was going for. And I don't know why it prints different. This doesn't look bad, but this is more the pink font. that I was going for, and I don't know why this printed much later. Alright, let's scavenge this book. To really show you a bit of a difference, remember when I said the illustration I love is on page 31? So in Barnes & Noble, I'm not going to show it because I want people to be surprised because I love this one. But the illustration, so basically, I don't know why Barnes & Noble is like off compared to Amazon, but the illustration that I love is on page 31 in the paperback on Amazon, but for some reason it ends up being on page 32 of the Barnes & Noble paperback. So again, none of the story is going to be different depending on whichever you buy from. It's just things are placed slightly different, and sometimes fonts are a little different, but it's literally the same story either way. So yeah, my proofs, look at them. Oh my gosh, look at the flip side of love. This is wild. I can't believe this is, look at this. This is a thing and is going to be existing in a few weeks. Look at my book children. Ah, this is insane. Oh my gosh. They look so good together. So yeah, that was me unboxing my book proofs. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit subscribe and hit like if you liked. And I will see you all next time.